These personal and provincial rights are not something the federal government can simply supersede when it chooses. Ottawa is not our ruler. Ottawa is our partner, and it needs to begin acting like it.
Hey folks, how's it going? Celine Gallus here with Rebel News, here to break down the Premier of Alberta, Danielle Smith's proposed Alberta Sovereignty Act. During the speech on the throne, Danielle Smith announced her plans to ease Albertans' affordability concerns in an ever-rising Liberal-led inflation era. To break down the ways that Smith also plans to innovate Alberta's broken health system is with Jason Copping, Alberta's Minister of Health, who's pledged to reduce ambulance response times and, quote, bring additional health professionals into our emergency rooms to assist with treatment and triage, end quote. And of course, all ears perked in the room and addressed Alberta's relationship with the federal government.
These personal and provincial rights are not something the federal government can simply supersede when it chooses. Ottawa is not our ruler. Ottawa is our partner, and it needs to begin acting like it.
Smith has vowed to Albertans that they will be protected from the federal overreach under her new legislation, the Alberta Sovereignty within a United Canada Act. With all of that said, Smith clarifies that the new law would not be separatist.
Let it be clear, nothing in this bill involves separation, nor does it provide a means to accomplish such ends. Rather, it is a way for this great province to hold the federal government accountable to the constitutional principles that serve as the very foundation of our country's governance.
During your campaign, Smith pledged to encode the rights of the unvaccinated under the Human Rights Act. And though she told Albertans that she will still be implementing that legislation, she will be holding off during this sitting of the legislature to prioritize the Sovereignty Act. Following her speech, there was a question period for media. Here's the question that I proposed to Premier Smith.
Hi, Premier Smith. Celine Gallus here with Rebel News. You had previously announced to protect the vaccination status in the Alberta Human Rights Code. You've backed off that plan for this sitting, but lives are still on the line. Annette Lewis was denied a transplant because of her vaccination status, and she will die without it. Does your government have plans to address this medical coercion?
I am seeking a second opinion on that particular case, and I know that there is at least one other case as well. So as soon as I have a result from that, I will let you know. But on the general issue, I've been pretty clear that we do not want to see discrimination against anybody on the basis of their booster status or their vaccination status. And I'm hopeful that the business community and other entities operating in this province have heard that message loud and clear, and will make sure to bring their policies into alignment with that objective.
Do you have a timeline for this? Because I feel like it is a very time-sensitive matter.
The difficulty with transplant patients is that they do have a protocol they go through to determine who has the best likelihood of survivability, and so that's why I need to have a second medical opinion. I don't want to supersede that, so I'm very hopeful that we'll be able to get an opinion in the matter of a number of weeks.
Danielle Smith has been true to her word so far and appears to be a Canadian leader who believes in civil liberties. And finally, as opposed to the crookedly conniving Trudeau, whose caucus is more scandal-plagued and theatrical than an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Trudeau's response to Smith's proposed Alberta Sovereignty Act was as swarmy as you'd expect. Take a look for yourself.
We know that the exceptional powers that the Premier is choosing to give the Alberta government in bypassing the Alberta legislature is causing a lot of eyebrows to raise in Alberta, and we're going to see how this plays out. I'm not going to take anything off the table, but I'm also not looking for a fight. We want to continue to be there to deliver for Albertans. There's going to be things that we agree with that government on. There's going to be things we disagree with them on. And my focus is always going to be constructive in terms of delivering for people right across the country.
Thank you.
When Premier Smith said, "I think we've got their attention," in a press conference one day after her speech on the throne, she wasn't wrong. For Rebel News, this is Celine Gallus. For all of the latest reports on Alberta politics, and so it's easy to check out our previous coverage, go to albertalegislaturereports.com. Donate to Rebel News. As you know, we, unlike the legacy media, don't take the Trudeau government handouts, so we're funded entirely by you. The Trudeau bailout media needs some balance at the legislature, and Rebel News can provide it to you with your help.